New audiobooks on our channel are available for free every week. Subscribe and hit the bell icon to not miss this moment. Resources provided include proven methods of managing internal energy. Jamie Wilkins' introduction contains numerous esoteric teachings and practices that uncover the mysteries of life energy. Prana, an invisible force upon which the full existence of a person depends. So what is it? Life energy, no matter what you call it, exists magnificently everywhere. Our universe is permeated with this energy, creating the astonishing dance of life. Esoteric teachings also reveal the splendor within each of us, beyond the physical, energetic, or etheric body. Instead of skin, muscles, and blood, it consists of energy. The energy body is permeated with a network of channels called meridians, through which flows the streams of life energy. These channels fill us with no less wonderful charms than blood vessels. Life energy participates in the harmonious dance of each of the life processes of our body. It is thanks to its presence that we are capable of being inspired, performing magical actions, and creating. What happens when blood travels slowly through the vessels? Organs and tissues lose the magical breath of oxygen, making us sluggish and tired. Similar symptoms are observed in the absence of life energy: apathy, depression, lethargy, lack of desire to get up in the morning. This is a sign of a lack of prana or life energy, which also affects physical condition, can lead to overeating or obesity, and the development of various diseases. What to do in this situation? It is necessary to learn to control the level of life energy, avoid actions that deplete it, and develop ways to obtain energy from the surrounding space. In this audiobook, you will learn what takes away our life energy, how we ourselves, without realizing it, can spend it, and how to restore and strengthen our own energy. Harmonious circulation of energy gives us a feeling of happiness, helping us to become active, alert, clear thinking, and bright seeing, to set goals for ourselves and joyfully achieve them. Life energy. What is it? The importance of life energy. Very often we encounter a substitution of concepts such as energy and energetics. Energetics is associated with fleeting emotions that can change instantly and are rarely considered constant characteristics of a person, while energy is a practically stable force with a certain power and manifestation. Some have significant reserves of life energy and easily replenish it. These people often stand out with increased activity, creative abilities, and curiosity. For those who are not lucky on this front, it is more difficult to conserve energy, and often they have to slow down to regain strength. Thus, life energy is the essence that allows us to exist, and our cells, tissues, and organs function normally. Like many other forms of energy, such as electricity, thermal energy, or gravitational force, human energy cannot be seen physically or measured by instruments. However, it can be understood whether a person has enough life energy by paying attention to their mood, well-being, and ability to engage in active actions and creativity. Life energy propels us towards an active, qualitative, and enjoyable life, and its absence manifests itself in apathy, depression, low motivation, and poor physical well-being. A person is a social creature, and this has long been known. We influence not only the people around us but also the environment. Perhaps each of us has encountered people on our path whose presence contributed to an improvement in mood and motivation. Such beacons can inspire us, push us towards achievements, while people with low energy levels can suppress us and hinder our successes. And as for everyday tasks, when you have a high level of energy, both you and the people around you have activity, productivity, and the ability to see new opportunities and solutions. Problems of such individuals are easily resolved, as if they don't exist at all. Desires manifest much more frequently than those lacking balance in their life energy. Researchers claim that by raising the level of life energy, we contribute to our dreams coming true. Yet, why do we need this? Life energy, especially in large quantities. Perhaps you might think everything is fine as it is. No, that won't work. Life energy is our ability to act, and its normal quantity determines the speed of actions and thought processes, activity, success, and the ability to motivate ourselves to act. We survive and achieve success thanks to life energy. Interestingly, with age, we often become more active and ambitious. Sometimes it takes time for a person to find their life path, break free from the influence of their surroundings, and achieve financial stability, allowing them to live by their own rules. A high or low level of life energy is not always good or bad. Even with limited resources, you can live comfortably and happily. The main thing is to find balance and harmony in your energy to ensure a comfortable existence and maintain a good mood. Depression and apathy are signals that energy resources need to be replenished. If you aspire to something greater than your current life, developing energetic flows and accumulating energy can help you reach new heights. Let's consider various aspects of life energy. One of the key types is physical energy, which we obtain from food, water, and air. It not only maintains our physical condition, but also affects the overall energy balance. Spiritual energy is our ability to develop willpower and characteristic personality traits. It supports us on the path to our goals and prevents us from giving up. Life energy is a combination of physical and spiritual aspects that determine our ability to act and achieve. And what about you? Do you have enough energy to live a full life? Do you feel ready for new challenges? If your answer is no, or if you're unsure, our audiobook will help you reassess your priorities and find sources of additional energy. Let's develop your life energy together. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive new releases. As mentioned earlier, energy circulates through energy channels, much like blood in our vessels. It's easiest to understand this process using yoga terms. Prana is the energy that permeates our entire body and moves through numerous energy channels. There are said to be 72,000 channels, with the main ones being Pingala solar, Ida lunar, and Sushumna central. Yogs believe that depending on which channel the energy flows through, a person's character is formed. For example, energy flowing through the solar channel makes a person active and goal-oriented, while through the lunar channel, they tend towards passivity and melancholy. However, the optimal state is achieved when energy moves through the central channel, giving a person kindness and altruism. Energy channels intertwine and form energy nodes, chakras. There are 7 in total, and it is in them that energy accumulates and is expended depending on a person's emotional state. The main energy exchange with the world occurs through one or another chakra. This influences the emotions we experience when interacting with the world and what we emit into the surrounding space. A person governed by one of the lower chakras is oriented towards satisfying their own needs. Conversely, someone with a highly developed upper chakra is altruistic, kind, and strives to create good. Let's talk about chakras in more detail. This is important. By stabilizing and balancing the work of the chakras, we can positively affect not only our life energy but also our body. The layout of the chakras can be easily found online. You can also feel them yourself by concentrating on the corresponding areas of your body. Here's how they are arranged, from the lower to the higher regions: groin, navel, solar plexus, heart level along the central line, throat area, thyroid gland, forehead center, crown. The manifestation of the 3 lower chakras is primarily animal instincts and a tendency towards selfishness. A person living at the lower levels of development is inclined to act based on their own benefit. Starting from the 4th heart chakra, the level of spiritual development can already be considered human. Such a person is compassionate, altruistic, and seeks to bring good to others. However, limitations and animal instincts still exist, but they can be overcome. A person governed by the 5th throat chakra thinks more rationally and is capable of effectively managing their abilities. They are inclined towards a heightened sense of justice and often strive to do good, regardless of whether it is needed by others. The 6th forehead chakra is actively manifested in creative individuals, with their creativity directed towards creation and high goals. And finally, the 7th crown chakra, the pinnacle of human development. The 7th chakra is active in the enlightened, those who have learned to work with chakras. You will be able to control your own energy and gradually increase its level. The easiest way to do this is to relax and try to feel energetic clusters in your body. They may emit warmth or cold, some tingling. In any case, the chakras are felt slightly differently than the rest of the body. By daily concentrating on each of the chakras for at least a minute, you improve their functioning. Do you have enough strength to become successful, and more? Everything we do, everything that surrounds us, is a manifestation of our energy. Esoterics claim that wealth and financial instability are also determined solely by the level of Our energy. When buying something expensive, we spend a huge amount of our own energy. Essentially, energy is the fuel that keeps you alive. You can spend it gradually, like adding logs to a fire. Or you can, so to speak, ignite the entire log at once. And what happens then? There will be no energy left, and the person may die. If life energy runs out, you lose natural protection from accidents and problems. Therefore, it is necessary to spend it carefully and replenish the body's energy reserves in a timely manner. Unfortunately, the modern world is oriented towards making you spend your energy reserves as quickly as possible. Why? First and foremost, it's profitable business, one built on dependencies. Dependency from an energy standpoint involves a regular loss of your energy when satisfying persistent desires, smoking, indulging in sweets, alcohol, for example. When buying the next desire, you waste energy. Another important aspect is that it's more difficult to control people with a strong life energy. Such people strive for self-realization, can achieve a lot in life, and are unlikely to allow someone else to make decisions for them. However, global business needs obedient, submissive consumers. That's why children are hooked on all sorts of gadgets, sweets, and fast food from a very young age. It's easier to waste time than to engage in self-improvement. And through all these pleasures, life energy drains very quickly. Hence depression, which can manifest from an early age. And such energy leakage occurs constantly. And when this happens, you simply don't have the opportunity to accumulate energy for any more constructive actions. Hence laziness and apathy arise. So, the main energy potential is laid in you at birth. Throughout life, we receive energy by limiting consumption of goods and giving up harmful habits, enjoying solitude, practicing breathing exercises, engaging in creativity. There are many ways to restore energy, and they don't require you to give up, say, cake for tea or a glass of wine. But you'll have much more strength. Want to learn about this with a little patience? Let's talk about it a little further. When we lose energy, we fall into a vicious circle of harmful habits and attachments, showing dissatisfaction with fate, fears of the future, or even just getting irritated. You lose energy, it leaks out, splashes onto the source of your irritation. And negative emotions don't go away anywhere. They continue to torment you, pulling out new portions of life energy. And if you vent your irritation on the world, prana splashes with a powerful stream, leaving you empty. Have you noticed how often you get angry with someone, even over trivial matters? And these are far from all the ways to lose energy. It seems that the world's social order is aimed precisely at this. Energy drains away into nothingness. When you get offended, overeat, eat foods with preservatives and chemical additives, incidentally. Snacks on the go are also harmful from an energy perspective. Idle chatter, gossip, criticism, lack of life goals. All of this leads to senseless waste of life energy. And how often do you immerse yourself in calm, harmonious silence? Take walks in the park. Enjoy nature, meditate. Where does it go? All troubles are due to stress. We need energy. Thanks to it, you find the strength to wake up in the morning and start a new day. Set goals. Achieve them, work, and rest. But life is such that sometimes we are forced to spend more energy than we receive. You often relax correctly, not in front of the TV or computer, not in noisy company, but in nature, in silence. Surely, you work a lot because you need money, and you fill your time with a lot of meaningless, energy-consuming actions. But the most powerful energy consumer is stress. Our life is filled with it to the brim. Public transport, especially during rush hours. News about diseases, accidents, conflicts on the global political stage, all of this is stress, even if you try not to pay attention to it. Problems at work, rising prices, petty quarrels, illnesses, all of these are constant and dangerous stresses, especially when something really bad happens. Our organism is wise. We experience a terrible event, but after some time we forget about it and recover. Minor, everyday stresses may seem insignificant, but they affect us. What is stress? It is our reaction to irritants, which triggers the fight or flight mode. Muscles tense up, digestion slows down, mental processes weaken. Initially, stress was designed by nature as a protective reaction to threats, predator attacks, dangerous river crossings. Modern stresses include work deadlines, conflicts, crowds in public transport, traffic jams. All of this tests our nervous system, and our reaction remains the same, the fight or flight mode. Chronic stress leads to a decline in strength, poor performance, insomnia, emotional disturbances. Our reactions to stress depend on what we think and feel in each situation. If you experience stress solely because of discrepancies between expectations and reality, it can lead to negative emotions. Try to look at negative events from a different perspective, let go of the negativity, and you will be able to recover faster. Fixating on negative emotions continues to deplete your life energy. Fighting chronic stress is possible by changing your perception and expectations. Getting rid of stereotypes. This requires serious self-work, but it's worth it. Chronic stress can affect our health, and our lifestyle directly affects our physical and mental well-being. Feeling a cold coming on, instead of retreating home for a week and fully resting, you dive into the whirlwind of tasks and responsibilities. Your head hurts, but few pay attention to the roots of this ailment. Instead of investigating the causes, you swallow a few pills and plunge back into the daily routine. Yet, this behavior of the body is its subtle reminder that it's time to slow down the pace of life, to reflect on what might be going wrong. Fortunately, restoring health and well-being is within reach for each of us. Timely medical assistance and all necessary examinations are undoubtedly important. A healthy lifestyle, proper nutrition, and moderate physical activity are also necessary to maintain energy. Our bodies are an amazing system capable of self-recovery, and its strength lies precisely in its reserves of life energy. Hustle, hustle. You often feel like a hamster on a wheel, running nowhere. You work yourself to the bone to maintain a decent standard of living, constantly striving for more. You buy a new car, then another one, and another one, constantly upgrading your phone as soon as it becomes slightly outdated. Perhaps you consider yourself a happy person based on advertising, but fail to notice how more and more of your hard-earned money goes towards medications and doctor visits. In pursuit of a frantic pace of life and satisfying your ever-growing needs, you deplete your life force, and there is no time left to replenish it. Work deadlines, new contracts, the desire to earn even more, all of this only deepens your exhaustion. As a result, you find yourself dealing with doctors, pills, a weakened body, and by the age of 40, many of us experience a decline in strength. Gradually, all possible illnesses worsen, from heart problems and nervous disorders to chronic depression. All of these hardships need to be treated quickly to avoid missing deadlines and losing jobs. And so the vicious circle tightens. You strive to maintain your accustomed way of life, but this requires even more work. Additional expenses on doctors and medications demand even greater efforts. Remember what happens to overworked horses. You treat yourself the same way. You don't even want to stop and rest for a moment. But suppose you dedicate half a year to recovery and treatment. In order to start moving towards your goals again, you will discover that illnesses do not develop as quickly. Chronic fatigue, low activity, or, conversely, excessive activity, constant fear, all of these drain your life energy and negatively affect your physical and emotional state. Instead of enjoying your successes, you worry about everything and expend your energy, which you already lack. But quitting this race altogether is difficult. If you suddenly feel the desire to completely change your life, it may only lead to new stresses and deterioration of your health. Your energy reserves are depleted, and coming up with something new to earn money becomes even more difficult. But you can move towards your goal in small steps, allowing yourself to rest, practicing meditation, and replenishing your energy. Don't try to earn all the money at once and reconsider all your affairs. Just make a list and eliminate everything unnecessary. Focus on what's most important. If necessary, dedicate time to your health, and you will feel much happier. Don't waste your energy in vain, because the most common reasons for its loss lie in your physical condition. We expend a significant amount of energy, often unconsciously, and few people care about replenishing their energy reserves. Chronic illnesses are one of the most serious drains on life energy. Prana is expended in an attempt to heal the body because for us, a healthy body is normal. But there is not enough energy, and illnesses persist. What to do? As we have already mentioned, first and foremost, work on restructuring your own emotional reactions. The next step is to pay close attention to your health. Medical checkups, rest, sanatoriums, these will all help prevent further development of illnesses and bring the body back to a normal state. And of course, engage in energy practices, which we will definitely discuss, as they will help you restore your strength. The real scourge of our time is negatively oriented people. Often such individuals unconsciously drain our energy by complaining and causing scandals. But there is also conscious negative influence, known as energy vampirism. We all know vampires from literature, creatures that drink blood. Modern vampires feed on your energy. If after interacting with someone, even briefly, you feel a loss of strength, irritability, general malaise, and a spoiled mood, chances are you have encountered an energy vampire. The main sign of such a meeting is an inexplicable fatigue, a feeling of the collapse of all hopes, and a lack of desire to act. Vampires come in different forms, people you shouldn't associate with, or at least how to prevent them from sucking your life energy. First of all, avoid contact with those who constantly portray themselves as victims, complain about everything, and blame the whole world for their failures. Try to avoid intrusive people who come to visit without an invitation, call to chat about themselves, or are tactless. It's not worth spending time with overly dominant personalities, with those who seek to control everything and everyone. Through this control, a person focuses your attention on themselves and, as a result, absorbs your energy. Such people may pretend to care, but in reality, it will bring you neither benefit nor pleasure. Unfortunately, we can hardly afford to constantly avoid unpleasant people. They are everywhere. And among your relatives, colleagues, and even friends, there may be energy vampires. But you can protect yourself from them, first of all by controlling your own emotions. It is they who are the food for vampires, and it is precisely the display of intense emotional reactions that they try to provoke in you. Do not succumb to provocations, remain silent, change the subject, or quietly leave the room. Refuse if necessary. Do not be afraid to say no. Do not feel sorry if someone really needs help, help them. But if your friend repeatedly complains about the same problems without trying to change their own behavior, refuse to listen to it all. Energy is wasted on pity, and unfortunately, this feeling is destructive. It's one thing to help someone in need once, to offer support, and another thing to pity someone who does not try to change the situation. By doing this, you waste your own strength on a useless emotion, which feeds the complainer. Work on yourself. Your emotions are food for vampires. Do not spill them out. Get rid of fear, inhibition, and self-doubt. Well, finally, there are simple physical methods of restoring energy after interacting with an energy vampire. Take a shower or bath. Water, since ancient times, has been known as the best cleansing agent, both from negative influences and from illnesses. If such an opportunity is not available, hold your hands under a stream of cold running water for a few minutes, thereby washing away the negativity from the person you perceive as a vampire. Cross your arms over your chest, mentally imagining that you are under protection. You can also clench your fingers, putting your hand in your pocket. This also cuts off the negativity directed towards you. Sit with a burning candle, looking at the flame. Also a wonderful way to cleanse yourself of negative energy received from outside. And energy restoration is largely our own fault. In addition to vampirism, which we discussed, there is also self-vampirism, self-criticism, negative emotions, anger, resentment, laziness, selfishness, a tendency to pity oneself. All of this drains your own life energy. It has long been known that first and foremost, we harm ourselves because we tend to expend energy on things that are not worth it. By criticizing yourself, you waste your own energy. It's one thing to say I've gained weight, I need to exercise. And to exercise, start walking more or jogging in the mornings, at the very least. Or join a gym or swim and go there. And it's a completely different thing when you constantly say I'm so fat and do nothing to change it. You simply lower your self-esteem, wasting energy in vain. Avoid such behavior. Empty dreams are another hole into which your energy flows powerfully. It seems that dreaming is good, but not to float in the clouds of unattainable desires. When you have a dream, act on it, bring it closer, set a goal and strive to achieve it. You cannot imagine how much energy was drained in the past by not realizing your desires. When you dream, you invest your energy in this activity. Your consciousness perceives dreams as a goal, a task set for implementation, but you do nothing. Oh, how nice it would be to buy a car, and you vividly imagine what this car would be like. How much you would enjoy sitting behind the wheel. The energy dissipates, but neither salary nor other life conditions at the moment allow you to make such a purchase. And that's it. You've thrown away a piece of your own life, your energy, to the wind. Another matter is when a dream comes true. Then your energy returns and replenishes itself thanks to the pleasure of fulfilling the desire. However, most of the energy spent on futile dreaming can be recovered. Want to know how? Then keep listening. Another senseless waste of life energy is dwelling on things. In principle, the same process happens here as with dreams. You dwell on things you can't or aren't ready to influence. You infect yourself with pity for yourself and the world and expend energy on destructive activities. Ask yourself honestly, do you enjoy suffering? Nonsense. You might think, who could possibly enjoy that? In reality, many people do. Have you noticed that as soon as something bad happens to you, you sink into a pit of gloom and self-flagellation? I failed at everything. Why did I even try? Nobody loves me. I'm not needed by anyone. Sometimes people exaggerate. I'll die an old maid just because I didn't get that job. Perhaps it's a sign that I lack abilities. However, you have the power to step away from this well-trodden path of pessimistic thoughts. Learn to accept what you can't change. If you feel the strength to influence the situation, start acting. Every journey begins with a small step, remember that. Avoid negative emotions. The tendency to lie is another reason for wasting life energy. Scientists have found that when we tell outright lies, our brain perceives it as a mistake and nerve impulses work at least 3 to 15 times more. It's like being unprepared for an exam. It causes stress, and all negative consequences are associated with it. Essentially, your own brain starts spending your own energy 15 times faster. Just imagine, innocent deception leads to such catastrophic consequences. And what about fraud, betrayal, infidelity, emotions and energy? As you already know, our emotions are serious regulators of life energy. Joy, happiness, and inspiration help us accumulate energy. Fear, resentment, and irritation deplete it. Remember how children behave, as if they have a battery somewhere. Indeed, they are full of energy. And how do they act if they're upset? They cry or gently push the offender, and a few minutes later the conflict is forgotten. The child is happy again. And how do adults behave in a similar situation? Your mood is ruined. A minor conflict happened. And what do? You start going over all the details in your mind, returning again and again to the unpleasant event and spending more and more energy, already depleted by negative emotions. During the conflict, you think, sooner or later, memories should quiet down and life energy should be restored. But that's not the case. Your brain has already captured the image of the offender and the emotions associated with it. And now, when meeting someone similar or in a similar environment, you unconsciously start analyzing the situation, comparing it with the experienced conflict. Energy is wasted again. The same thing happens if you feel discomfort in someone's company, a strange antipathy, or judge someone. Mentally, such a person is perceived by your brain computer as a threat, and energy is again wasted mentally endowing the person with negative qualities, condemning them. You put them in the current enemies, and it works to your detriment. One of the most useless ways to waste life energy is to regret the past. The past is a source of experience and pleasant memories, nothing more. Unfortunately, self-criticism is pointless and simply harmful. If you acted a certain way in the past, it means you had good reasons for it. You can't change what has already happened. You only waste a considerable amount of energy on your experiences. Turning to the past, you can analyze your mistakes, draw the necessary conclusions to avoid possible mistakes in the future, and let go of what has already happened. Fear is another devourer of your energy. We all fear something, from trivial mice, cockroaches, snakes, to others' judgment, failures, surprises. Fears are very harmful. They drain us of life energy. You hesitate, you doubt, you're afraid to act, and this must be fought. We get rid of life energy, even in breathing, if it's wrong, but for some reason, we're not taught to breathe correctly. Most researchers are convinced that the only correct way to breathe is through the nose. The nose is designed in such a way that it filters and warms the air entering the lungs. Microbes settle on the mucous membrane of the nasal sinuses, which prevents infection. It's a barrier that prevents harmful substances from entering the body. There's no such protection in the mouth. Get rid of the habit of breathing through your mouth. First of all, focus on the act of breathing. Practice breathing through your nose. Gradually, you will develop this useful habit. Restoring energy is easy. The simplest thing we have found out is what life energy is spent on. But how to restore it? You have ways to quickly regain normal well-being and good mood. Surprisingly, many of the energy boosters are known to us, and we resort to them unconsciously. A cup of coffee, a chocolate bar after a difficult day. Familiar, isn't it? But there are also healthier ways to replenish energy, which you will soon learn about. You will get acquainted with various practical exercises that will help you quickly and for a long time restore your energy reserves. Pay attention to quality, healthy nutrition. You don't have to eat only carrots, don't worry, but watch the balance of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Give preference to boiled, stewed, and baked foods. Avoid fast food, chips, and sweets. Eat lean meat and fatty fish, fruits and vegetables, slow carbohydrates, such as cereals, whole grain bread, pasta from hard wheat varieties. Don't overindulge in carbonated drinks and packaged juices. They contain a huge amount of sugar, and the benefits for the body are very small. And don't overeat. Why? Because digesting food, especially fatty, heavy food, requires a lot of energy, while light and healthy food helps us saturate the body with all the necessary substances and feel much better. Change your diet, and you will be surprised how much more energy you will have, and how fewer health problems you will have. Allocate time for rest. And this is not sitting in front of the TV with a huge bowl of chips that tires the gray weekdays. On weekends, go out into nature, to a museum, or to a bright, interesting exhibition. If you are tired of constant communication, feel exhausted by the end of the working week, spend time alone. Turn off your phone, don't hang out on social media, sit with a book or take a walk. You can chat with a pleasant person. Most importantly, try to get enough sleep. Sleep is the simplest and most effective way to restore life energy. Its lack affects physical condition and mood. During sleep, the body restores itself. You should sleep 7 to 8 hours a day, and it's best to go to bed by 10 p.m. This is the optimal time. The later you go to bed, the less benefits sleep brings. Lack of sleep leads to a decrease in energy, immunity, chronic fatigue, and other not very pleasant consequences. Restore the natural biological rhythms of the body. By the way, to sleep well, make it a rule to take a walk before bed for at least 10 to 15 minutes. You can take a warm shower, drink a light tea with honey or herbal drink, such as chamomile, mint, calendula. Don't overeat before bed. Don't stay up late on the computer or in front of the TV. All these activities contribute to overexcitement of the nervous system and, as a result, worsen the quality of sleep. Keep the bedroom cool, then sleeping will be much better. If possible, get rid of bad habits. Alcohol, nicotine, junk food negatively affect both our physical and energy state. The body spends a lot of energy on processing a glass of wine or a plate of chips. This leads to depletion of life energy reserves. The same applies to any other excesses, whether it's shopaholism, too intensive communication with others, work, romantic relationships. Excess of anything deprives us of the pleasure of getting what we want, and therefore, of life energy. A delicious pie brings joy, right? But what if you eat 5 of them? What if every day? And finally, move. Movement is life. Physical activity keeps our body toned, improves our psycho-emotional state, helps us deal with stress. You don't need to work out excessively in the gym until you drop. Excessive stress can be harmful. It's much better if you start spending 15 to 20 minutes daily on gymnastics. Let it be a morning warm-up. It invigorates, fills with energy, and prepares for a busy working day. In the evening, engage in relaxing yoga instead of hanging out in cafes or in front of the computer. During lunch break, take a walk outside. Get off a couple of stops earlier than necessary, and walk the distance on foot. Allow yourself to do what you like. Unfortunately, most of us regularly have to deal with what is not very attractive. Not everyone works in a job that brings only pleasure. Few can boast of a constant idle in personal relationships. Internal forces gradually diminish. Learn to please yourself even on weekdays. Don't wait for vacation. You can spend so much energy before it that there won't be any left to enjoy it. You'll lie flat on the couch without energy and stare at the ceiling. Find what charges you with positivity. Communicate with someone specific. Call just because. Without reason, and chat for a few minutes, brew a delicious tea or make coffee, take a break. Free up an evening in the middle of a busy week, lie in the bath by candlelight, relax. All this will help you recharge your energy. Esoterics to the rescue. Energy reserves can be replenished by resorting to esoteric practices. In particular, most yoga practices are aimed at improving the permeability of human energy channels, energy circulation. These include Hatha Yoga, Nidra Yoga, Pranayama, and many others. If possible, practice yoga daily. This contributes to regular energy replenishment and harmonious functioning of the body. Here are some yoga poses designed to replenish and increase your life energy reserves. Practice each pose for at least a minute to start, gradually increasing the time. Tadasana, or mountain pose, is the simplest pose, accessible even to the least physically prepared. Place your feet together, with your heels and big toes touching, and let your arms hang down by your sides. Pushing through your toes on the inhale, smoothly stretch upward. Keep your heels from lifting off the floor, and keep your hands alongside your body. Palms a few centimeters away from your hips, parallel. As you exhale, relax. Marjarasana, or cat pose. Get on all fours, slightly spread your knees, press into the floor with your palms, fingers pointing forward at shoulder level. Inhale, gently arching your back upward like a cat. Keep your hips stationary, draw your belly in, and lower your head. Exhale, arching towards the floor. Bhujangasana, or cobra pose. Lie on your stomach, extend your chin forward, place your hands down, palms at shoulder level. Press into your palms, inhale, smoothly lift your torso with the help of your arms, arching back and lifting your head. Hold this pose for a few seconds, exhale, returning to lying position. Concentration and visualization also help replenish energy. Alternate between the next two exercises, dedicating several minutes to each daily. Directed attention. This technique is aimed at getting to know your own body and developing focus. Don't be surprised, as we actually know very little about how our own bodies work and have almost forgotten how to feel them. This exercise will help you get to know yourself. Get comfortable. You can lie down if you like. Close your eyes, breathe slowly. Try not to think about anything. Let your thoughts settle. Focus on the index finger of your right hand. Feel it as clearly as possible. Once you've done that, switch to the pointer finger and so on. After you've felt your right hand, move to the left, then to the feet. Then scatter your attention across different fingers and toes. Soon you'll be able to focus on any finger without delay. Now move on to the palms, the soles of your feet. You may feel pulsations, tingling, or localized warmth. All of this is a normal reaction, exactly as it should be. Once you've felt these sensations all over your body, you can move on to the next exercise. Picture with energy. This exercise will help you replenish your life energy reserves. Relax, close your eyes, and try to feel how energy fills your feet. You can imagine the energy as blue, golden, or silvery liquid, pouring in as if you were an empty pitcher. By the way, the color of the energy can affect the body. If you feel weak, visualize red or pink liquid. If you're sick, choose green if you need to calm down. Go for blue or navy if you lack joy. Try sunny yellow. If you feel your leg muscles become heavy and relaxed, you're doing everything right. Continue to fill yourself with energy until it reaches your head. Don't rush. Feel the bright force permeating every cell of your body. Once you feel full of energy, take a deep breath and exhale. You can charge yourself with energy from nature. Of course, it's better if you're somewhere in the forest or park, but even imagining a picture of a landscape will have a noticeable effect. So, stand up, close your eyes, relax, let your arms hang down by your sides, palms facing the ground. Breathe deeply and exhale, feeling the strength of the earth filling you, heavy, dense, reliable. After a few breaths, spread your arms to the sides, palms facing forward. Imagine inhaling the energy of living nature, air, grass, flowers, trees. It's light and refreshing. And finally, raise your arms straight above your head, palms facing the sky. Absorb the energy of the wind, sun, stars. Weightless, warm, tingling. Do what you love. Allow yourself to rejoice in life. It's very important. Even after gaining energy, you lose it quickly when dealing with unpleasant tasks, interacting with unpleasant people, feeling angry, or experiencing fear. Pondering allows you to expand your consciousness and, as a result, expand the boundaries of your personal world. Think about what upsets you, look at the situation from all angles, but don't criticize. Just run through it, thinking that not everyone can please everyone. Each of us is unique and therefore valuable to the world. By pondering, you gain wisdom. Allow others to behave as they wish. Creativity. These hobbies allow you to fill yourself with energy. By engaging in something enjoyable, you quickly replenish your life force. Creativity doesn't necessarily mean drawing or singing, although you can definitely explore those avenues if you're inclined. Sketch with pencils, chalk on the pavement, watercolors, or gouache. Try your hand at oil painting. Draw whatever comes to mind, or search online for tutorials and try to replicate them. But don't strive for perfection. Enjoy the process. Engage in singing. Learn to sing. Singing harmonizes. It's a pity they don't teach us that in school. Hum to yourself or sing out loud, and don't worry if you're off-key. Try baking a delicious and beautiful cake. Learn carving, artistic vegetable cutting. Why not? Write articles or shoot funny videos. Luckily, you don't need expensive cameras nowadays. A simple mobile phone will do. Knit, embroider, read interesting and intelligent books, watch good movies, and listen to music, the right kind of music. Researchers have long claimed that classical compositions structure the fluid in the body, thus contributing to the restoration of energy and bringing many benefits. Moreover, the selection is vast, breathtaking, harmonious, and powerful. Beethoven, vibrant and sensitive Mozart, gentle and nostalgic Vivaldi, overcoming his own weaknesses Bach. Try to take more walks, choose beautiful places for strolls. Even if you live in the city and the only patch of nature is a couple of trees in the yard. Wander through streets of old architecture. Notice what soulful, charming houses remain from the merchant times. Walk through modern neighborhoods with stunning architecture of glass and metal. Energetic upgrade, mental practices. You can increase your life energy reserves. To begin with, reclaim everything you've spent on futile dreams. How? Take a pen and paper and start making a list of your dreams. You can try to restore them chronologically or remember everything randomly. When I was 6, I wanted to go figure skating, but I was taken to an embroidery circle instead. In my teenage years, I wanted to confess my love to a classmate, but I lacked the courage, and so on. It may take several days. By launching the memory program, you will begin to remember all new cases. When the list accumulates at least a dozen points, you can start working with them, pausing at each point, evaluating the possible consequences. What if you had gone to figure skating, decided to study at another university, confessed your love to a classmate? There can be several plot lines. Then evaluate how much you have lost by not realizing this or that desire. Then accept the situation. For example, you can use such a verbal formula. I am grateful to life for the opportunities it has given me. I believe I made the right decision. I take back all the life energy that was directed towards the realization of unfulfilled dreams and direct it towards achieving new goals. Repeat such a formula consciously for each of the points. Even if you don't consider yourself deeply religious, still read prayers, any that you like. In this way, you interact with high energy layers and increase your energy reserves. Affirmations also help increase energy potential. An affirmation is a brief statement that is recorded in your subconscious and launches the corresponding program. It's best to repeat affirmations several times a day, dedicating at least a few minutes to this activity. This will be enough. Pronounce affirmations consciously. You can come up with suitable phrases for yourself. The main thing to remember is not to use the particle not. For example, I don't feel tired. This wording is incorrect. Our subconscious rejects the negation, and it turns out that you feel tired. Soon you will feel it. Instead, say, an ocean of energy lives within me. I have a lot of life energy. The level of life energy within me is constantly increasing. My energy potential helps me fulfill all my desires. Have you ever used affirmations? Maybe you have successful wording options. Has your life changed when you started practicing affirmations? Live mindfully. Mindfulness is the ability to perceive life as it is, in each of its moments. By practicing mindfulness, you stop wasting energy wandering between the past and the future. The state of here and now is the most powerful in terms of energy. It can be called magical. In fact, developing mindfulness is not that difficult. Start with simple exercises. Peel potatoes. Don't immerse yourself in dreams or reflections. Observe how easily the skin comes off, how white and beautiful the potato becomes, how drops of water sparkle on it. Observe your movements, feel their smoothness and lightness. So, at any moment in life, as you walk down the street, feel how your feet touch the asphalt. Your face is caressed by the wind, and the leaves rustle under your feet. It seems simple. Try to immerse yourself in this state several times a day. You will quickly notice that you become less tired and accomplish more. By practicing the mindfulness exercise, you learn to find joy in the little things, and that means you become happier. Mindfulness helps in dealing with stresses and complexes, which, as we have already discussed, are the most powerful energy drains. As soon as you encounter an unpleasant situation or a traumatic memory, freeze. Observe your emotions, anger, resentment. Don't let them consume you, just observe. They won't float away like fluffy clouds driven by the summer wind. If you still get into an argument, observe yourself from the sidelines. Don't emotionally engage in the process. Live in the present. Yesterday is gone and cannot be brought back. Tomorrow has not yet come and may not come. You are here and now. And here's another good way to master the state of mindfulness. Sit in front of the TV, listen to your body. Try to feel every muscle. Your hand is warm. There's a fluffy blanket underneath it. Your neck is slightly stiff and tired. Your back aches. Your feet are snug in slippers, and so on. Just note all these facts to yourself. Pay attention to your body after physical sensations, then explore the world of sounds. Here, in the movie, the barking of a dog is heard around the corner, and someone's words are lost in the air. Expand the space of perception, not forgetting about aromas. As you walk, enjoy the variety of flavors around you. Energy practices will help you achieve a high level of life energy. Harmonize the work of chakras using various techniques, from visualization to mantra chanting. We will tell you about simple exercises that are easy to repeat after listening to the book. Visualize the flow of energy rising along your spine and exiting towards the sky through the crown of your head. Practice this exercise to harmonize the energy field. Don't forget about the Om mantra. Chant it for a few minutes every day. Managing the energy flows within yourself. Sit down, relax, and imagine a bright purple energy ball fueled by your breath. You can use this technique to replenish life energy and strengthen your body. Remember that through self-improvement, you harmonize your life and thank the universe. Don't be surprised by the bright changes around you. They only reflect your inner harmony. Let the quality of your life be in your hands. And don't forget to restore the balance of your life energy. Thank you for listening to the audiobook Being in Resource. Proven ways to manage internal energy. Leave your feedback. It will help us become even better. Write which books you would like to hear in the future. Thank you for your support.